Welcome to the Duane Bang series. Before we get started, we're going to do a little bit of warm-up and stretching. It's important to warm up the muscles first, because if you don't, it's just going to be like stretching a rubber band. So do some jump rope, a little bit of shadow boxing, and then go into the stretches. I'm already pretty warmed up, so we're just going to go directly into some stretches. I start from head and then work my way down. So I'll start off with the neck, because you can actually stretch your head. So actually, I'll stretch my neck, forward and back. Be sure if you're tight in one area more than the other, stretch it out really good. Just go to the shoulders, forward. Nothing too crazy in the beginning. Just kind of warm them up. Stretch out. Bring them across. It's important to stretch your hands out. Make sure you stretch those out real good, especially for all the grappling and the strikes we're going to be doing. Well, we're going to be doing too much grappling, but as far as the strikes in general, tweaking your wrist or something, that's going to be bad news. Trying to hurt wrists, hurt knuckles, it's a bad deal. Let's go to the hips. Just big slow circles. Just a couple times each way, but like I said, if you're tighter in one area than the other, then just stretch out a little bit more. My big thing is stretching out the legs a lot. You gotta stretch your legs out, get them real limber. But make sure, like I said, you warm up the muscles first. Or else it's gonna be just like stretching a rubber band. You stretch your muscles cold, they're not gonna be warm. You're just gonna go right back being tight. Both sides real good. Make sure you touch your toes, pull them back, stretch the calf real good. Warm up the toes, both ways. You can't bring your head down into each stretch. Don't just bend your head like this. Try to actually bend at the hips, bend at the waist. You want to stretch the hips real good. I like this one a lot. The hips for the high kicks. Gotta make sure you're real limber in the hips. Push back and actually try to sit your butt down and back at the same time. Really gets inside. Up for the lower back. Just try to bring your hips down to the floor. Now stretch your legs out straight. Hips all the way down. Similar to a sprawl, which is sprawling, getting the hips down. Really lift up. We'll get into a little bit of lower back stretching. I sit down, cross the feet over. Both sides. So what I try to do here with the opposite elbow is bring it over to the knee, make sure you're getting a good stretch. Lay down from there, and over. Both sides. And then today my hips are kind of tight, so let me stretch out the hips a little bit more. If you can, it's good to do these stretches with a partner. Have them push you down a little bit more. Get more of a stretch. And that's pretty much just basic stretching. Hello, I'm Duane Ludwig, and we're going to go into some basic kicks, front kicks, round kicks. And I'm going to bring in my training partner, Christian Allen. Christian, please. This is a drill that you can do with a partner to make sure that the kick is correctly performed. As far as when they round kick, your partner should catch it, and these are the things you can look out for. Is make sure that the opposite hand is up, guarding their face. This one, what I'll do is I'll take this hand, put it in their face, so it's blinding them. They don't really see what's going on, what attacks are coming. And things you want to look out for is, right now we're just resting, but when you're making contact with the kick, you want to be on the ball of your foot. See that there? Be on the ball of his foot. And his hip is all the way straight. You don't want to make contact and have your hip be bent. You want to make sure that's straight. And the leg, it has a little bit of a bend in it. You don't want that to be straight either. And point the toes out, okay? So this is pretty much the basics. And switch sides. You got the balance, very nice. So from this side, ball of the feet, okay? The knee's bent a little bit, this knee's bent a little. The hip is straight as far as getting the whole body weight into it. Hands up, so, if I try to counter him, he's got a defense. And this one, once you actually make a contact, put that in their face so that they're blinded. So this is a drill that you can do with your partner. As we're here, like we're sparring, he'll throw the kick. And see, another thing is, when I catch it, I'm kind of moving away from it. It's a good training habit. But, if they're doing something wrong or right, you say, okay, good hip, hands up, okay. And then he'll go again and just do this with the partner. So I'll move with the kick like I did, kind of check his technique, ball of the foot, the hips over, hands up, hands in his face. And then that just gives you time to relax. There's no pressure, you're just working the technique. And I think the main thing is when you're going hard on the pads, you start forgetting about technique. So do this drill, and then your partner's watching you. You can go back and forth. But actually, when you're doing this drill, another thing is, as far as the catcher, is once we're here, don't just be like this and catching the kick, let it kick and just be like this. Work proper technique as if you were actually in a fight. So we're here, he's gonna kick. I'm gonna move away, and I'll put this hand up. Just good training habits, So I'm gonna go back. So as the kick comes, I'm gonna step away, go away from the kick, catch it, and I'm not gonna reach for it. I'm gonna try to. Actually, let's trade sides real quick. Once we kick here, I'm not going to reach out like this. I'm kind of let it hit a little bit, and then just catch it, boom. Try not to reach out and make it a big swirl. Okay, just make it nice and tight. Everything in fighting you want to be tight. You don't want to be loose and leave any opening. So make sure that when we're here, they're doing the drill, boom, and then you're checking them good. Because first you're checking yourself, and then you're checking them. So that's pretty much the basics of the round kick drill. As far as we call it the catching drill, and it's working as you as far as catching and countering and stuff. So make sure you're here, the kick comes, you're gonna go away from the kick, and don't make it a big scoop, just kind of make it tight. Boom, and put this hand out. So we're just gonna go away from the kick, boom, and then check their technique. Now we're gonna get into some basic kicks and knees, front kicks, round kicks, and knees. I'm gonna have my training partner, Christian Allen. Christian, please come out. It's easier for me to show you right off the bat on mitts and the belly protector as far as front kicks and round kicks. So actually what we're gonna start off with is round kicks. A lot of people do mistakes as far as where to put their hands and hip positioning and stuff. And also, I'll show you how to hold pads correctly for your partners. First off, I guess we'll start off with how to hold pads correctly so that we're actually doing the kicks correctly. Most of my kicks I'm training is middle kicks. So when he holds the Thai pads for a middle kick, see, we'll have just pretty much let your elbows rest on your stomach and hold them kind of 3/4 like that. Some people will hold them high and flat, which isn't good, I don't think. And it's easier on your training partner, just let your elbows rest on your hips and your body, because then you're just relaxed. But make sure that when they do make contact with the mitts, that you're gonna push into the kick. Don't let them just whap you in the face. It makes for funny stories sometimes, but try not to do it. So actually we'll start off, let's start off with the right leg round kick. And so he's just letting his elbows rest on the belly protector and on his body. What you want to do is make sure the hands are up. You don't need to drop the hands for kicks. And if you watch any fight video, everyone drops their hands. I'm sure, you know, I do, I know for sure. I've seen photos, but hands up. So right round kick, what you want to do is get the body into it. So for the right round kick, I'm going to take my left foot, step out, and get my body into the rotation of the kick. First off, just kind of work that a few times. And see, so the natural tendency when you're doing this is to kind of swim. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the hands up. You don't need to drop them for any reason. So we're going to step and get the body twisting first. And then once we get that down a little bit, as far as the twist, we're going to add in the kick now. Once we're getting airborne with the kick, get the hips. You want to get the hips straight out. You don't want to make contact with the mitt when we're here. So that angle, you don't want that angle. You want to actually try to have that flat. Like this. Once we make contact, try to make it straight, flat. And notice my left foot. When I kick, I'm not keeping it straight up, straight forward, because that's keeping my hips from moving. I want to be on the ball of my foot, so it allows my body to rotate into the kick, like so, bang. And so I'll keep this hand up. Don't kick with the hands down. Left hand up. This hand does not need to move at all. Right hand, what I do is I'll put it in their face. I'll stick it in their face, kind of blind them. So we're here, bang. Another thing is, after you kick, don't step down here unless they're running and you need to chase them. But you always want to come back into the kick. Come back to a strong stance. Always come back to a strong stance. That way you can attack or defend. So what we're going to do, step out, twist, and let the body go into the kick. So we're here, step out, twist, the body goes into the kick. And if you're holding mitts, watch your partner's hands. Make sure they're not dropping, they're not doing this. Make sure they're up and stick this one in their face. Bang. And twist into it. Let the body go into the kick. Step, twist. One more. Step and twist and let your body go all the way into it. Get that heel. Another thing, the supporting leg, take that heel and point it at your opponent. Get it twisted all the way around. If you know your heel is pointing at him, then you know your body's into the kick. So one more time, watch the heel go down. Watch how much I'll twist my heel and end up pointing at him. See that? If that's happening, then you know that your hip's into the kick. Because obviously, if your heel is pointing to him, your whole body is twisting. So, another couple things to look out for is chin down, of course, and kind of breathe out as you kick. Bang. And that's pretty much just the basics for round kicks. For left kick, what I do is I'll switch. And make sure that you're not going to hop and switch, okay? Just make it a quick switch here, boom. And actually what I'll do is try to hide it is I'll stick this mitt in their face first, kind of like faking across. I'll go like this. And then I'll return it to the side of my face and stick this one in their face after that. So I'll go here, bang. And try to return, well actually from here, after we switch, boom, you can bring it back and then back again to restart in your regular orthodox stance. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. So you can just, after you kick, step, step. You're back into your original stance. Unless you can work southpaw stance also, then you can either just kick, step, and be right back into them. But for now, just try to blind the switch, bring it back. Make it a quick switch, back. If they're catching they know you're kicking, try to hide it now. Fake the cross and kick. But like I said, make sure we're getting the body into the kick. You're twisting all the way, that heel is pointing at your opponent or your training partner, and hands are up. So a couple things to make sure you're looking out for as far as training partners. Just make sure that they're watching you. Hands are up, getting the body into it, and just chin down. And don't look at the opponent or at your target really. Especially when people do leg kicks, they do this. They look low. You don't need to. What I do when I'm kicking, I keep my eyes on their hands, make sure they're not going to counter my kick with the punch. So I'm always watching their hands, make sure they're not going to counter me. So that's pretty much the basics of the round kick, and we'll get into that as far as how to properly, with a partner, check the positioning, and then we'll move into front kicks. Now we're gonna get into basic front kicks. First thing here is, like always, keep the hands up. We're gonna start off with the rear round kick, or front kick, sorry. And things to look out for is a little bit of the same principle as far as turning your supporting foot into the kick. That way it allows your body to get into it. So I'm gonna start here, boom. And make sure when you're making contact that the toes are back and you don't want to jam your toes. We're gonna use the ball of our foot. You can front kick with the heel and with the toes sometimes. I don't really recommend front kicking with the toes, but I usually go ball of the foot. And once again, you know, don't drop the hands. Keep them up nice and tight here, bang. And notice one thing, what I'm doing is I'm getting my hips into the front kick. Take the supporting foot. There's different ways you can do it. You can just kind of push forward here, bang. Or if you really want to get a hard round kick or a front kick, take that supporting foot and twist it. That allows your whole body to get into it. You get more reach, bang. And pretty much the same principles apply for the front kick as they do with the round kick with the hands. This side, I'm just gonna stay tight, and I'll put this side in their face, bang. So we're there, and make sure you bring it back. You know, you can just step forward after, but I prefer always having a strong stance, bang, and coming back. And the hands are up, bang, coming back, boom. Another thing is, don't just bring the leg straight up and pushing. Try to bring the knee up first, and then push out. So we're here, up, out. So that way you can kind of try to hide it as far as front kicks and round kicks. They might not know what to expect, what's really coming. Up and out. Oh, sorry, I wasn't on the mitt. Up and out, hands up, and get the hips into it. Make sure you're getting the hips into it. And front kick can be, you know, it's a basic kick, but there's multiples of ways that you can actually use it. As far as if they're coming in, you can just, if they're coming in to hit you, you can just stop them, or use it to attack, bang, and come back, or attack, step forward, and then come with another attack. But that's the basics of the front kick. And when you switch, same thing. Don't make a big switch out of it, big hop. Just make it quick switch, front kick, bang. Toes are back, get the hip into it. Now, the right hand needs to stay on the side of my face. The left hand, you can just keep them both up if you prefer, but I like to put something in their face. Kind of blind them a little bit. So we're here. You can switch into it, or if you want, if you're leaning forward, just shift the weight, your body weight back, and lift up the leg and stop them. You would use this lead front kick as if they were coming in, just up and stop them. Make sure you have a solid base though, and hands are up, because usually they're coming in, they want to attack you. So hands are up, bang. Try not to, when they're coming in, make sure you don't drop the hands. A lot of people do this because they feel for some reason they need to drop the hands. Don't. Keep the hands up, bang. If they're coming in to attack you, just stop them. Have a solid base there. So the right round kick, knee up, push out, left, make it a switch. Or if they're coming in, it's just a quick stop front kick, you can just pick it up and boom. But the important thing there is people have coordination problems with this because they don't realize that they have to lean back first. And this could actually be a good counter. You're fighting a boxer and you're leaning forward. They come to counter you with hands or come to attack with hands, just lean back and push kick them, bang. But make sure you're bringing the knee up, don't go straight out. Make sure you're gonna go up and out with the front kick, bang. Try not to go like this because you're gonna jam your toes, break your toes. So make sure it's a straight line. And you know, there's the targets, you know, the thighs, the hips, the stomach, you know, anywhere, the face. So that's the basics of the front kick, just how you're gonna actually apply it, and we'll get into that later. Now we're gonna get into some basic knees. This is a drill you can do with a partner. One thing I stress is people, they like the knee up. They think the knees are gonna go up, you know, and we fight here, we're not here. So an up knee isn't really gonna work. Same thing like I said about the uppercuts, it's not really so much here as it is more of a 45. So same thing with knees, you don't wanna just go up, you wanna go kinda out and get the hip into it. So what this drill is I'll have a partner put his hand out, and I don't wanna knee his arm, I wanna knee his body. I need to reach his body. So I'm gonna be doing that. And since I'm attacking with my right knee, I'm gonna take my left elbow and stick my nose in it to help guard my face in case they counter me. So don't cover your face, but kind of stick your nose in there, and it covers your nose and your chin. That way we can still see, and the right hand needs to be up. So we're here, they'll stick their hand out. My object is to hit his body, not his arm, so I'm gonna go here, boom. Ball of the foot, kind of like the round kick. Get the hips into it, reach it out, here, bang. Make sure you're covering the face with the elbow. We're here, don't drop the hands, just keep the hands up, step, bang. And you can use the same hand for the left leg, for the left knee, but make sure that we're switching. Now it's gonna be right elbow, left knee. Opposite sides, your body's just gonna naturally go here. And don't drop the hands, like I said, keep the hands up, here. And like I said, don't go up, go out, 45, bang. So that's pretty much the basics of the knee. There's, you know, a lot of variations of the knee. That's just straight in. We can come down with the knee here. There's round knees and there's slapping knees. So we'll get into those later, but that's the basics of the knee. Things to remember is if you're going right knee, cover with your left elbow, left knee, cover with your right elbow, and the same side hand needs to be up. So we're here, switch, here. And notice that I'm not going up, going out. Cover that gap and cover the face, bang. So hips, and kind of, you can lean back a little bit, get the knee into it. That's the basics of the knee. Now we're going to apply the basic knee to mitt work. So the way Christian and I train is he'll just be there with the mitts and he catches them. We've been doing this for years. But if you're just starting off, what I would recommend is taking either mitt and just put it across your stomach and then put the other mitt on top of that to help hold it down. So you're going to be aiming for this bottom mitt. And just because, you know, it's horizontal doesn't mean you need to go forward. I mean, you know, go straight up. I need you to go a little bit 3/4. So just like we were doing with the partner drills, only this time we're going to be hitting the mitt. So here, bang, and come back. Try not to do and just fall forward. We're good technique, hands are up, here, bang, come back. Make sure I'm guarding my face, I'm getting my hips into it, here, boom. And if you're just doing light, but you still want to make contact, what you can do is still, we could do this one as far as take this mitt, put it straight out into their chest, and put this mitt across. That way you have something to actually hit. If you want to hit and work technique, is here. Boom, this is another drill. Kind of like that. And then same thing for the left. And you switch, boom. And then back, switch, boom, boom. Boom. So that's the basics of the knee on the mitts. But the way that we train knees is that we'll just be here and I'll throw either knee. But what I'll do is if I throw left knee, he catches it with his left mitt. He just kind of hits it. If I throw my right, it's his right hand. So no matter what side I go, we've been training mitts for years, so he just catches it. No matter which way I show, I said just switched it up, and he catches it. So if you get a good pad partner, you learn that. You just start reading people's reactions, and you can just catch them. So that's proper mitt holding for knees as far as right to right, left to left, unless you're working the technique, making them stretch for the knee, not going so much up, but into it. So just there. Make sure you're going 3/4, not vertical with the knee. Now we're going to get into the basics of the high round kick. You know, it's pretty much the same thing, only you're going high, but the difference is the supporting leg. When I'm going middle kicks, you just pretty much stand at the same level. But now since we're going to go high kicks, I want to take that knee and straighten out the knee itself, but be on my toes as much as I can because I'm trying to go to, you know, we're going up higher with the kick. So now this time, the partner should hold them, you know, you can hold them pretty much vertical and not so much 3/4 like that for the body kick. So this time they're going to be there. And now we're going high. You don't want to just kick straight up. You want to kind of go up and over. Okay, so bring it up and over. I want to make my contact go this way, not just up. So you see a lot of people do kicks and they're just up. You want to bring it up and over because your target is here. You want to come here. So I'm going to bring it up and then over, up and then over. That's the basics of it. Same thing. Try to get as high as you can with this one, unless you're kicking a midget, right? But you want to, pretty much your opponent's about the same height. So Hands up here, up and over. Try not to go straight, just straight up, go up, over. Left hand's on the side of the head, right hand will be in their face, blinding them. And I'm straightening out that knee. So make sure to straighten out that knee. We're here. Boom, there's the high kick. One more. There's the high kick. Things to look out for if you're holding the mitts, and things to look out for if you're actually kicking. Your partner should be watching your hands to make sure that when he's holding the mitts, I'm not swimming. I'm not going bang. I don't want to do that. I do not want to swim. Same thing as he's watching you now. That's why I say hold mitts and hit them too. Don't just be the mitt holder. Don't just hit the mitts. Make sure you're doing both, because now he's holding the mitts, so he's watching me attack him basically. So things to look out for, like I said, is this. If I'm swimming before I'm kicking, he's going to notice it, and you're going to pick up that reaction, what to look for. Like, okay, you know, now you're in a fight or you're sparring, and people swim first, you know they're going to round kick, so you can counter or block or move. So things to look out for. So it's also good to hold mitts. Now, let's go to left leg. Let's switch sides. Left leg, same thing. You don't want to get a big hop. Just switch the feet. Or what I also do is I'll throw a cross and step with the cross to hide the switch. So I'll do this and then throw the left round kick. Once again, don't go up, bring it up and over, okay? So we're here. You can either make it a switch, hands up, make sure you're not swimming, make sure you're not doing this. You see I dropped that left hand? A lot of people will drop the kicking hand. It does allow your body to rotate more, but you leave it in an opening. I don't like it. I like to keep the hands up. So either just switch there, or hide the switch and just step. I mean, you know, if you just step, they're gonna know, you know, you're coming at them. Hide the step with the cross. I'll go here, I'll cross, bang, round kick. Cross, step, round kick. And same thing for the high round kicks. When you're going in, step open. Start rotating the hips open. Get the body into its natural rotation. So we're here, I'm stepping out. Making sure that knee is straight. Bang, okay? So make sure we're getting the knee straight because you're going high kicks. So maybe it's just common sense, right? Straighten out the knee, gonna get you higher. Now we're gonna get into the basics of the low kick, how to train it, and how to properly apply it. So what we got here is this Powerline pad from Century. It's actually a pretty sturdy pad. And I like to do this training just low kicks, and what else you can do is have like one punch mitt on the other hand, so you could punch and kick. But for now we're just gonna do, obviously, the basics of the low kick. And now, like as we said with the high kicks, you know, you wanna have the supporting leg straight, so it's easier to reach your target. Middle kicks, you know, pretty basic there. Low kicks, supporting leg, you wanna bend it now and bring your hips into the kick. Same thing, we're gonna step, open, start getting the hip into the rotation of it, going like this. And now, just because I'm gonna be attacking the legs, doesn't mean I wanna look at the legs. Don't look at the legs, because then they're gonna know that you're attacking the legs. They can counter you. Watch their hands at all times, no matter where the kick's at. Watch their hands so they're not countering you, and you're not giving away what you're gonna do. So we're here. Same thing, I'm gonna attack my right leg, left hand's gonna stay here, right hand's gonna go in their face. This is just something personally that I like. And I wanna bring my hips, not so much across, like the body kick. Body kick would be across, head kicks across also. Leg kick's gonna kinda come down. You wanna bring it down, as so, there, okay? You wanna bring it down. So here, boom. Watch your hands, try not to look low. And see, another little trick is, I'll kind of actually hop into this sometimes, that way your body's going bang into the kick. So we're here, of course I want to hide the hop, and I'll go and hop my body into the kick. So we're here, and I want to just get them blinking and hop into the kick. And see, try to watch my leg, see that it's bent and I'm on the ball of my foot. This hand's up, this hand's in their face. There. That's, you know, pretty much the basics of actually that's the power round kick, because you're going all your bodies into it. And if you just want to just pop the kick, of course, you can just pop it there. You don't have to. That's it with any kick for the round kicks. Low, mid, or high. You can just go there just to set something else up, or just real quick. But if you want to go into power, hip, body, everything, hop into it. And don't look low. Watch their hands. Make sure that they're not countering you. So that's for the outside kick. Now we can go into inside. This again, you can just pop it. Bang. What I do with the feet here is I will take my right foot, step out. Now this foot, I will just kick with that. It's not so much or you can do a switch there. I like to hide the switch. Bang. Or you can just step out. Boom. Now with this, you can just go straight across. Since they bend, most fighters have a little bend in their leg. You can come up. So it'll be here, bang. Well, unless you're just setting something up, you can just pop it. You don't have to really switch too much. You can just pop it. So, but the basic principle of this is, you know, once again, don't look low, but you're actually doing it. Hit and come back. Get the right foot out, bang, and come back. Now you can go left leg to the outside of his right leg. And with this, you're gonna have to actually kind of step out this way and then attack the leg. So, or unless you're southpaw and they're orthodox, then you can just crack that leg, bang. And once again, try not to look low and make sure the hands are up. We're here, and bang. You can drop your body into the kick. That way it allows your whole body to go into it. So, another thing is the kicks, they don't have to come wide. Bring them kind of straight in and then over. That way it's quicker, less time for them to react. So we're just here, bang, and come back. So we're here, watch our hands if we're actually fighting, bang, and then come back. So that's the basics of the low kick. And the difference between the low, middle, high, low, just bend the leg, that way your body's going in, down into the kick, unless you're gonna go up into the inside of the leg. Middle kick, straight across. High kick, straighten that leg out, because you want to get the height on the kick. So that's the basics of the round kick, how to apply them. Now we're going to get into two more knees. First one, the slapping knee. It's just basic. And as you think of with the round kick, we're here with the round kick. You just want to, it's pretty much a round kick, but with your leg like this. And it's going to be a slapping knee. This is aimed for the side of the ribs. And you can just hold the Thai pads as a round kick when you're training this. And just think of it as a round kick, but your leg is like this, and you want to hit right here with the knee. And you know, for the ribs, side of the ribs. Hands up again, step, twist the body into the knee. This is just a slapping knee. Isn't too much to actually knock them out, although you can get a good body shot on them. The basics here is you want to twist your body into it, make it a powerful knee. Bang, go into it, twist. It's just like a round kick. Bang, we were slapping with it. Bam. Twist the supporting leg just like a round kick. That's very important right there. And this is just the same thing. This is for the middle slapping knee. If you go to the leg with it, just bend the knee to the head, straighten out the knee. So slapping knee here, just like a round kick. I always like to keep this hand up, this hand in their face a little bit, and twist the whole hip into it here. Then we're gonna get into the left slapping knee. Same thing, don't make a big hop, just make it a quick switch and slap with it. Twist it as a kick. Just think of it as, you can also think of it kind of like a hook also. Hook, round kick, knee, a lot of the basics of the body. So just make sure you're getting the hips into it, the supporting leg. And same thing here with this part of the knee. Tighten up the muscle so it's solid when you hit. And then this can do a lot of damage. Get their hands up. Throw something here so they get their hands up. Then go to the liver. Bang. So that's the basics of the slapping knee. Now we're going to get into the round knee. The round knee is basically like the round kick, only your shin's going to be in, and you're going to be aiming with the top of the knee here. And bring the hip over and the thigh over just like a round kick. And you would use this to kind of throw off your opponent. You know, from the distance you can hop into it, bang, or just if you're close enough, right there to the ribs. But let's start off with the basics of it. Like I said, hands up. Since I'm attacking with my right leg, left hand's going to be up, right hand's going to be in their face to kind of blind them. And I'm going to use it just as I would a round kick as far as my body mechanics. Only instead of round kicks like this, my shin bone's gonna be in. So foot's back basically. And twist your body into it. There it is. Just twist your body into it. Let your hip extend. Another thing, like just like the round kick, you don't want to kick when your hip has this angle in it. When you're making contact, your hip should be straight out. It should be a straight line. Same thing with the knee now. The knee, make sure your hip is a straight line. And you're bringing the knee up and over, just like a round kick, only the foot's back. So we're here, this is the round knee, bang, right there. Step and twist. Step, twist, this hand's up, this hand's in his face, chin's down. And I'm always on the ball of my feet, yeah. You know, because I mean, just when you're moving around, it's hard to move when you're flat-footed. Be on the ball of your feet all times. We're here. I'm going to step, twist, just like a round kick. Now for the left. Once again, do not make it a big hop, okay? Just make it a quick switch, and then it's going to be like the round kick. So quick switch, step, and twist the body. Right hand's up now as I'm attacking with my left leg. Right hand's up, it does not need to move. Left hand will go in their face. Chin's down, ball of the foot. There. Make it a switch and attack with the knee. Forward. We're here. Or also, like I said, with the left round kick, you can just step, attack with the knee. So you can cross, step, attack with the knee. And like I said, let's switch sides real quick. The hip does not need to have an angle in it. When you're going left knee, don't be like this. You want to make it flat. So when I make contact, I'm there. That way I know my body is into it. Rotating on my supporting leg, which is my right foot now. Right hand's up, left hand is in their face. So make sure if you're twisting, and same thing with your partner again, make sure they're watching you. Make sure you're not just doing this, getting lazy, getting tired. We all do it. You just have to have a good training partner that watches you, corrects you, keeps you motivated. Attack. Make sure the knee is turned over and the hip is flat. And actually, when you actually hit, just come back to a strong stance. Switch, hit, strong stance. Make sure you're getting that hip into the attack. So that's the basics of the round knee, and then we're going to go into the clinch. Now we're going to go into the basics of the clinch, or the plum, as some people call it, the plum. I like to call it the clinch. Now, things to look out for is, once we got the clinch, I go hand over hand, and I don't really go on the neck like this. A lot of people actually do that. What you want to do for head control is go on the back of the head, the crown there, hand over hand. Elbows are in. This is protecting me from his uppercuts or overhands or anything like that. So I'm guarding my own face and chin here. So this is the basics of it. For MMA, what you want to do is actually keep the distance. For me as a striker, I don't want to give him my hips really. But for actual Thai boxing, I'll go here. I'll put my hips in. That way, he goes to knee me, I'm crowding him. He can't knee me. There's nothing there. If he steps back to knee me, I'm just following him. So hips to hip for Muay Thai and for MMA, I keep my hips back. That way he can't really take me down, or it's harder for him to take me down. But the basics is hand over hand, top of the head. Here, you know, they still have head control. They can move their head around here. You're controlling them. You're getting them down. Then you can actually do the straight up knees. It's still hard to do. You still want to get your knees to go on 45. And this is where you can work all your slapping knees and round knees. So one thing I do with the knees though is I will pull into them as I'm making contact. Pull into the knee. So we're here. I'm gonna keep my hips closed for Muay Thai, elbows in. Once I create the gap to attack, I will push out with my elbows, get my hips back. I'm still keeping them there, so now he cannot come into me, because this is the superior position, is having the inside clinch. See, now if he tries to come into me, to crowd me, I'm holding him out there. He cannot. So I'm controlling the gap. I can attack, and he goes to attack me, I can just cover in. So I'm keeping him out. Bang. I'm controlling the gap. Now, if they have the clinch on you, what you want to do is not lean forward like this, because now all their weight's on you. You're fighting to keep them to stay up. You want to get your chin up and bring your hips forward to have more leverage. You want to keep your head up, chin up. That way they cannot have your head down, knee you in the face. Get your head up right away, hips in, and don't keep it up too long, but try to keep your shoulders up also, and this keeps the pressure off your neck. So as soon as you go here, bring one hand inside. Now you're working for superior position. One hand inside, I'm keeping the hips close, that way he can attack me. And now I'm gonna come bring the other hand up. Now I have superior position, and still his forearms over my shoulders. He still has a little bit of control. What you can do is, as you come in on one side, actually bring the shoulder in also. Bang, bang. Now you got superior position. And actually what he just did is he started reaching low to grab my hips. That's another defense, is if they got the clinch on you and they're kneeing you and you can't really get inside, you can just grab the hips as much as you can and pull them in, but still they have this so they can fight you. But you know, it's better than just staying there receiving knees. So again, if they have the clinch on you, this is how you want to get out. Head up first. So actually I'll lower my base and step into it. One hand in, you bring the shoulder in, or just here, and you can leave the shoulder out. That way it creates openings, so you can open up their elbow and attack. One in, the other one in here. So now you're opening them up. With the clinch, another thing is if they're real strong, if you're sparring with heavier guys or the guy's just strong, you get one in and you can't get the other one in, he's fighting you, that's okay. Just take, since you have this hand in, pull this direction. It's gonna open up this side for you to come in. So I'm gonna pull and then get that side in. So you got the clinch on you. And even if you, say you can't get the first one in, just wrap around outside, pull them, get that first one in. Now you got this control, pull the other way, get that one in. Now you have superior position. You have the opportunity to work the gap. And if you have the clinch in there trying to get in, just keep the elbows close tight. And just, a lot of it is who thinks of it first, who's thinking the next step. So there's always a lot of little tricks that we'll get into with the advanced tape as far as how to actually make them all work and apply. And then of course we don't have the gloves on. It's harder with the gloves. Sometimes you have to start attacking just to create an opening so you can get in and get the superior position. Another thing is too, is if they have the clinch on you, you can come across the top here and push them off. Come with the forearm, come like the rest of them, just with the cross face, only you're going here, across their face, across their nose, and this will help get you inside as well for the superior position here. If they go to grab your lower hips to hold you in, you got the elbows in. If they go to grab around, as soon as you get here, get those hips back so you can attack. And when you're attacking, pulling in, and you're not going up, you're going 3/4 into the knee. And that's the basics of the clinch as far as getting in. Hand over hand on top of the head. Try not to go here. Hand over hand, top of the head, elbows in, chins down. Just make sure that you're controlling the position, not them. As soon as they get it, fight, get away, create the gap, get your superior position. That's the basics of the clinch. That's the end for the basics, kicks, and knees tape. I'd like to thank my partner, Christian Allen, and if you have any questions or any comments too, I have a forum on my website, DuaneBangLudwig.com. And like I said, I always update little tricks and tips for training, so visit the website, and thank you.